The world in the year 2025 is shaped by the relationship between its two most powerful countries, the United States-China. This relationship is complex, with deep economic ties but also growing competition. A key part of this competition is in the military sphere. Understanding the military balance between these two giants is not about predicting a conflict. Instead, it is about understanding the forces that shape global security diplomacy, the international order. This essay will offer a clear and balanced comparison of their military capabilities as they stand today in the year 2025. The goal is to present the facts without hype or alarm. To do this, we will look at many different parts of military strength. It is not just about counting tanks or ships. True military power also includes a nation's economy, its industrial base, the skill of its people, and the strength of its alliances. We will examine these areas one by one, providing a side-by-side view. This allows for a fair comparison, noting where each nation holds an advantage and where it faces challenges. We will use public information from respected sources to build this picture, keeping the analysis grounded in facts that are widely available and understood by experts around the globe. It is important to define what we mean by military power. Finally, our approach will be neutral. Money is the foundation of military power. A nation's defense budget shows its priorities and its ability to build and maintain a modern fighting force. The United States continues to have the largest defense budget in the world by a significant margin. For the year 2025, its budget is over $850 billion. Simple bar chart, US versus China, 2025 official budgets. This massive spending allows the United States to fund advanced research, maintain a global network of bases, procure the most technologically sophisticated weapon systems in the world. This financial advantage has been a cornerstone of American military dominance for decades, enabling it to project power across every continent and ocean. China's defense budget is the second largest in the world. Officially, Beijing announced a budget of around $230 billion for this year. Many international experts, like those at SIPRI, believe the true figure is much higher, potentially closer to $300 billion or more. When we look at people, the numbers tell a different story. China's military, the People's Liberation Army, is the largest active military force in the world. It has about 2 million active duty personnel. The United States military has about 1.4 million active duty personnel. While smaller in total numbers than China's, the United States force is entirely voluntary and is known for its high level of professionalism and technical skill. The United States military places a strong emphasis on the quality and training of its non-commissioned officers, who form the backbone of its combat units. So, while China has a quantitative edge in people, the United States focuses on the qualitative training and experience of its all-volunteer force. On the ground, both nations command large and powerful armies. Modern US F-35 flying alongside Chinese J-20. The United States Army is equipped with some of the most advanced and battle-tested equipment in the world. It operates around 2,500 modern M1 Abrams tanks. It also has thousands more M1 Abrams in storage. It's supported by thousands of Bradley infantry fighting vehicles and a vast fleet of helicopters, like the AH-64 Apache. The key strength of U.S. land power is not just equipment, but experience. Decades of operations have hardened U.S. forces. Iraq, Afghanistan. Those campaigns gave soldiers and leaders unmatched modern combat experience. China's PLA ground force has undergone massive modernization. It now operates roughly 5,500 main battle tanks. Many are newer models like the Type 99 and the Type 96, and the world's largest inventory of rocket artillery systems, capable of long-range devastating strikes. Their main limitation, a lack of recent large-scale combat experience versus the U.S. In the air, the competition is intense. The U.S. Air Force is the largest and most technologically advanced in the world. It operates over 5,000 military aircraft. That includes fifth-generation stealth fighters like the F-22 and the F-35. Crucially, the U.S. has unmatched aerial refueling tankers. China's Air Force has grown rapidly and is now the third largest globally. China developed its own fifth-generation stealth fighter, the J-20 Mighty Dragon, with 200+ in service. That gap limits the range and effectiveness of Chinese fighters far from the Chinese coast. Naval power is critical for global trade and influence, especially in the vast Pacific Ocean. The United States Navy remains the world's premier naval force. Its main advantage lies in its fleet of 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. These are essentially floating military bases that can project air power anywhere on the globe. No other country comes close to this capability. The United States Navy also operates over 90 advanced destroyers cruisers, equipped with the powerful Aegis combat system. Its submarine force consists of over 60 nuclear-powered submarines, and is arguably the most advanced and stealthy in the world. China's Navy, the People's Liberation Army Navy, is now the largest navy in the world by number of ships. It has over 370 ships, while the U.S. fleet is just under 300. This includes new aircraft carriers, a third, the Fujian, being its most advanced yet, including the Type 055, seen by some analysts as a top surface combatant. The PLA Navy also fields over 60 submarines. The U.S. Navy's strength is global reach and technological superiority, especially in submarines and aircraft carriers. Its ships and sailors have decades of experience operating worldwide. China's strength is sheer size and rapid modernization, producing warships at rates not seen since World War II. So that balance at sea remains a dynamic contest. Missiles are a critical part of modern military strategy, able to strike targets from hundreds or even thousands of miles away. China has invested heavily in a massive and diverse arsenal of conventional non-nuclear ballistic and cruise missiles. This is perhaps its greatest military advantage in the Western Pacific. The PLA rocket force controls missiles that can accurately target ships at sea, including U.S. aircraft carriers, the DF-21D, often called a carrier killer, the DF-26, also labeled a carrier killer. It also has thousands of short-range missiles, medium-range missiles that can strike U.S. bases in Japan and Guam. The United States also has a powerful arsenal of cruise missiles that can be launched from ships, submarines, and aircraft. For example, the Tomahawk missile has been a key weapon in U.S. military operations for decades. Because of the INF treaty with Russia, which the U.S. left in 2019, the U.S. did not develop ground-launched medium-range ballistic missiles. It is now racing to develop new weapons, including hypersonic missiles, which travel at more than 5 times the speed of sound. When it comes to nuclear weapons, the goal is deterrence, preventing an attack by promising a devastating response. The United States has a large, advanced, and diverse nuclear arsenal. The nuclear triad, land-based ICBMs, submarine-launched ballistic missiles, strategic bombers, capable of carrying nuclear weapons. The U.S. has around 1,400 deployed strategic nuclear warheads. China is rapidly expanding its nuclear forces. Section 6. Space and Cyber. The new battleground space is no longer a peaceful domain. It is essential for modern warfare. Satellites enable communication navigation, like GPS, ISR, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance. The United States has long been the dominant power in space. U.S. Space Force, created in 2019, protects these assets and U.S. access to space. U.S. holds advanced anti-satellite capabilities, highly classified. China has made space a top priority and is rapidly catching up. China now has the second largest number of satellites in orbit. China operates its own Beidou navigation system, reducing reliance on U.S. GPS. China has tested advanced anti-satellite weapons, including orbital killing missiles. Cyberspace is another critical battlefield. Cyber attacks can steal information, disrupt communications, or damage critical infrastructure like power grids. U.S. Cyber Command houses formidable cyber warfare capabilities. The U.S. is believed to possess sophisticated offensive cyber weapons. China is also a major cyber power, accused of large-scale cyber espionage, stealing military secrets. The PLA has dedicated cyber units. Defending against these threats is an ongoing, massive challenge for the U.S. and its allies. Section 7. Industry and Logistics. The Engines of War. A military is only as strong as the industrial base that supports it. The United States has a highly advanced defense industry. Giant companies produce the world's most sophisticated weapons. However, its industrial base has shrunk since the Cold War. There are concerns about fragile supply chains, microchips, rare earth minerals. Many of these key components come from China. The U.S. can produce high-end systems like aircraft carriers and stealth fighters, but its ability to rapidly produce large quantities of simpler munitions has been a concern. China has a massive and rapidly growing defense industry. Much of it is state-owned. Its greatest strength is shipbuilding capacity. China's shipyards can produce warships much faster than U.S. yards. China is also the world's largest manufacturer. Electronics, drones, other military hardware, logistics, moving and supplying forces, is another critical area. The United States has an unparalleled ability to project and sustain military power across the globe. This is thanks to its massive fleet of transport aircraft, C-5, and its large fleet of sea-lift ships. This global logistics network is a key advantage no other country can match. Section 8. Allies and Geography, the Global Chessboard. No country fights alone. Alliances are a major source of military and diplomatic strength. The United States has a network of formal treaty allies that is unmatched in the world. In the Pacific, this includes Japan, South Korea, Australia, the Philippines, Thailand. These alliances provide the U.S. military with critical access to bases that are close to potential conflict zones. For example, U.S. forces based in Japan, U.S. forces based in South Korea are on China's doorstep. These partnerships also add the military strength of allies to America's own, creating a powerful coalition. China has few formal military allies. Its only official treaty ally is North Korea. However, it has been building strong strategic partnerships with countries like Russia, Pakistan. China's approach, part of its Belt and Road Initiative, is often based on economic ties rather than formal military treaties. It is slowly building a network of overseas logistical facilities, such as its naval base in Djibouti, in Africa. Geography plays a huge role in military planning. The United States is protected by two vast oceans, making a direct invasion of its homeland nearly impossible. This is often called the tyranny of distance, and it is a major strategic challenge for American planners. China, on the other hand, has the advantage of geography in a regional conflict. Section 9. Conclusion. A precarious balance in 2025. In 2025, the military balance between the United States and China is complex and dynamic. The United States remains the world's only true global military power. Its strengths are clear: a massive defense budget, superior technology in key areas like submarines and stealth aircraft, a professional and experienced all-volunteer force, and a powerful network of global alliances. Its ability to project power anywhere on Earth is unmatched. However, it faces challenges from a shrinking industrial base, aging equipment, and the immense difficulty of sustaining a force across the vast Pacific Ocean. China has rapidly emerged as a formidable regional military power. Its strengths are equally clear: the world's largest military by personnel, the largest navy by number of ships, a massive and diverse missile arsenal, and the world's largest industrial base to support it all. In a conflict close to its own shores, China's geographic advantage and the sheer mass of its forces would present an enormous challenge to any adversary. Ultimately, the situation is one of a precarious balance.